This last Shabbat, in a daydreamy moment, and with all the wonder, and let's be honest, the exhaustion that goes with the holidays, I literally picked up my phone and dialed an old familiar number, 1-202, Taylor 99033. By the way, this was the way in ancient times when phone numbers used letters and not numbers only. I waited as the phone rang and rang, still daydreaming a little. Ring, 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 click. Ring, 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 click. This repeated several times, actually, until I realized in that moment I was calling my grandparents and my great aunt and uncle, people so dear to me that their number is still in my memory, even though they have been gone at least 40 years. It's not that I've lost it, I think, but just for that moment, I forgot they were gone. I really wanted to talk to them. They were all four amazing life mentors, mentors of family, generosity, humor, culture, authentic Yiddishkeit, and love. Their handprints on my heart remain, and they are still alive in my mind's eye. So it's clear that I've been thinking a lot about my mentors lately, and I have been richly blessed to have had many. During the high holidays, I think about them even more because I stand on their shoulders. The best parts of who I am, I owe to them. Mentors, as you well know, come in all ages and from all stages and walks of life. You are each likely sitting right next to or very close to one of your mentors, whether you are in shul or at home. Just think for a moment about all they have done for you. Those memories are part of what Yizkor is about. This summer, our congregation suffered a great heartache with the loss of our Cantor Emeritus, Shelley Merrill, Zichrono Livracha. 1 week and 1 day before he died, I called him and I said, "So sorry I've been a little out of touch. I'm taking you to Shabbat lunch tomorrow. Where do you want to go?" Happily for me, Shelley wanted to go to a restaurant right on the ocean, not far from his home at Seacrest. It had been a little too long since we spent time together. He met me at my car, tall, elegant, sporting a classy jacket, and aided only by a walker. I put the walker in the car and he got into the back seat. The passenger seat in the front contains, a car seat for my puppy Remy. He just laughed and said he'd love to be chauffeured by his favorite Cantor, and I said to him that I was his only Cantor. It was our regular joke. We spoke about many things, but when I wanted to speak about his health, he changed the subject at every turn and said, "That's not important. I just want to know what I can do for you. Do you need anything? Do you need any help? How's the high holiday prep going?" And when I reminded him of his obligation to bless the congregation, his answer was different than it had been the past couple of years. "What's the point?" he asked, as if he knew he would not make it to the high holiday services. "The point," I said, being in denial, "is that you are the elder statesman at Beth Israel, and no one deserves more or has more gravitas than you to bless our more than 1,100 families. You are God's gift to us." And in the end, he agreed to give the blessing, not wanting to mess with me, his favorite Cantor. When I first came to San Diego, Cantor Merrill and Marcy, also of blessed memory, took me in as family from the moment I arrived. So many of us have cherished memories of this man, his smile, his warmth, his signature high holiday pieces, Shema Kolenu with his massive crescendo, and his poignant interpretation of Shalom Rav with his closing angelic falsetto. At lunch, it was clear Shelley knew he was dying and said as much, but it was not what he wanted to talk about. He just wanted to help me and give me hope and tell me that he loved me. And he would have done that with anyone here who he loved and who cared for him. When we arrived back at Seacrest, he took his walker up the ramp to his apartment. He sort of saluted, smiled, waved. His building door gently closed behind him. I got in the car and wept. Shelley died the very next Shabbat, befitting of a man of his righteous stature. I almost missed that last precious visit. It's so easy to think, I'll do that soon. But I had a fleeting moment to realize, Im lo achshav ematai, if not now, then when? And I got very lucky. I was able to say goodbye to someone I loved. That's also a part of what Yizkor is about. Just a few weeks after we also lost Cantor Merrill, Chazan Israel Goldstein, Zichrono Livracha, died. He was the dean of the Hebrew Union College School of Sacred Music, my teacher, mentor, and friend. He was only 85, as opposed to Cantor Merrill's 97, and the news sent me reeling. It had been a long time since I called and said, "Goldstein, Bernstein here," and smiled to hear his laughter and his response, "Bernstein, how are you? And are you calling from the Jerusalem of the West?" as he fondly called Beth Israel. This deeply religious traditional cantor from London was the reason I ended up in the Reform movement. I honestly don't remember how long ago it was that I spoke to him, clearly since before COVID. I thought I had all the time in the world to get in touch. There would be time. Im lo achshav ematai, if not now, then when, is not just a question. It's a lesson. And that is part of Yizkor. This life business of dying touches us and shapes us for our gratitude and regrets, our pain and our memories, and the way we love. We all know that it's not just about the elderly or our mentors. We have lost family members and we have lost friends. The loss is incalculable, and we are suffering today without them in our lives, without them at our dinner tables or sitting with us at services. We all have those last remembrances from those we have lost. A last wave, a last visit, a kiss, a call, all seared in our memory. We have all likely missed a moment when we could have, or should have, or truly were not able to reach out or to physically be there. So we reach back to those moments that we do have, and we are nourished by what was given and by what we gave in the past. Those people who we loved and lost are the tapestry of our lives, and all their exquisitely colorful threads run through everything we do and everything we are. Let those memories weave that tapestry to bring you joy and comfort. And for those who continue to weave that beautiful fabric of your life, make the phone call, plan the visit, offer a smile, write a letter, do whatever you can to ensure there is little to regret. We always believe there will be enough time. There isn't. Make every moment matter. V'im lo achshav ematai. And if not now, then when?